I'm Trent, and this is Vision Preparedness. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another wonderful Tuesday. Hope everybody's doing well, and hope everybody had a great day today. Dan H., my man, what's going on, my brother? Hope you're doing well. Amber's Angel's Truth, good to see you. Hope you're doing well as well. Sister Marie's Kitchen, glad you made it home safely and welcome in. Come on in, y'all. Get comfortable. Wolfang, how are you, my friend? Hope everything's doing well down there in Southern Ohio. Tracy K, good evening. Good evening. Hope you're doing well as well. My man, the Prepared Irishman. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Ghost, I see you, Ghost Lincoln. He's working on the truck, but he's listening. Be careful, and I hope you know what you're doing, my friend, which I know you do. Good to see you. Glad you stopped in. Psalms 146, Home and Garden. Good God's glorious afternoon to you. Hope you're doing well. My man, Moldy Soldier, you made it. You're here. That's all that counts. You made it. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hope you are doing well. The Experience with Sassy. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a great day. Hope you're enjoying that new vehicle you got. That's a wonderful thing. My Renaissance Grandma. Good to see you as well. Hope you're doing well. Good to see everybody. My man, the Virginia Bushcrafter. Hope you're doing well. Hope you get out in the bush this weekend because I think it's supposed to be nice this weekend. Then there is my favorite name on YouTube, period. Coffee first, then speak. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Happy Tuesday to you as well. Homesteader Rachel, good to see you. Welcome. I hope you're doing well today. Hope you had a great day. And some random dude. Good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well as well. Hope you had a great day. I hope everybody's had a great day today because it's nice outside. And I started to get to do some things outside and I was working and I just couldn't get everything done. So hopefully I can get something done before the sun goes down. Scott Hummer, good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Hope you are doing well this evening. Come on in, y'all. Have a seat down and let's have a good evening, a good talk, a good conversation, learn some stuff and share some stuff tonight. Holly Ivans, good to see you. Thank you so much, Holly, for being a new subscriber. And again, thank you so much and welcome. Everybody in the chat, welcome in Holly. She's a new subscriber to the channel, and I appreciate each and every one of you for your support. Nicole Marie, good evening. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a great day. My man, Whiteside Tactical Solutions, good evening. I'll say this, folks, for all the content creators in the chat, you know how it goes. If you type in the word vision, it will drop your link to your YouTube channel. Everybody check these folks out. If you have not, check out a video, leave a comment, leave a like, and if you like what they're doing, subscribe to their channel. The guys over at White Side Tactical Solutions are doing some amazing things, folks. And I do need to get with you. I definitely want to have a conversation, and we'll go from there. But welcome, and I'm glad you're here. And as always, thank you for your support. Independent Mini United. Absolutely. Welcome. How are you tonight? Glad you're here. Then we have Miss Susan, the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're feeling better. Hope the allergies aren't bothering you, but hope you're having a great day today. Folks, we got a lot to talk about tonight, but I want to speak to everybody before we dive into our topic tonight. And Nightbot is doing his thing, her thing. Thank you, Nightbot. I appreciate you for helping out. With that, folks, we're going to get right on into this and have a conversation. This isn't something that's new or nobody hasn't at least heard of, but the topic for tonight is: can't get your prescription drugs? Why not? For those of you that are on medication or taking over-the-counter medication, where do you think our medicines come from? And, it's not a surprise, but if you know or think you know, just drop it in the chat. Where do you think our medications come from here in the U.S.? Because we no longer make anything in the U.S., so therefore it's, made somewhere else. And Wolfang says China. Sister Marie's Kitchen says China. Coffee says China. My Renaissance Grandma. Yeah, okay, right, exactly. The majority, that's exactly where it comes from. And yes, Modi Soldier, China and India, correct. And it's amazing, folks. I was researching this, and I found something very interesting that I did not know did not exist, that it did exist. And I will share that with you as we go through this tonight. India and China provide 90% of all prescriptions written in the United States. They manufacture the drugs that are imported into the United States, and it's amazing. So before we get into this, Nostra, good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well tonight. Sonia Riggs, good to see you. Happy Mac, my man. Hope you're doing well, my brother. Good to see you. Y'all come on in and have a seat down, and we talking. CUCV Farmer, good evening. Hope you're doing well also. Good to see everybody showing up. I've missed y'all, even our new subscribers. Thank you for showing up. We appreciate you. So here's an article I found that was written in 2019. Okay, 2019. Keep in mind who was the commander-in-chief in 2019. So U.S. policymakers are worried about China weaponizing drug exports. And this article comes from Politico, and I am going to share this article on the screen, and we're going to talk about this for a bit. Here it is right here. U.S. policymakers worry about China weaponizing drug exports. Now, think about this. Instead of them having boots on the ground, if there's a skirmish between them and us, what better way than get to the American people than by weaponizing the medications that they make and export to our country? Just think about that. The article goes on to talk about one of the biggest national security threats is the U.S.-China trade war. Could be to the everyday medicines that millions of Americans take daily. I never even thought of that, to be honest with you. And I started thinking about that when absolutely some random dude, and I'll talk about that also. Ghetto, good to see you, my brother. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, so the article talks about when President Donald Trump and Xi Jinping met, they did not talk about medications. But the U.S. is worryful, unprepared to address even minor disruptions in the supply chain of drugs. And to this day, it has not been mentioned as far as imports of medication, because that's how bad, how bad we depend on them to import drugs to the United States for prescriptions and over the counter. Now, with that, here's some background on India and China. India and China, which they're increasingly the leading U.S. source for generic pharmaceuticals, which account for 90% of all prescriptions written in the U.S. That right there, my friends, is a major red flag. Sonia Riggs says, you think our government would have done something about that earlier? Absolutely. Like produce it in the United States, put some people to work, give some people some better jobs. Yeah, exactly. As Nostra said, side effects are usually worse than the disease. Correct. Absolutely. Right. So Modi Soldier says there's a great book called Prescription for Natural Healing that we should all own. Correct. And that's one thing I'll touch on that now. Thank you for that. And I'm going to leave that up on the screen. Thank you, Modi Soldier. Folks, there are tons of natural healing remedies. And remember, it was either a year ago, 2 years ago, all of these holistic doctors were coming up not on this planet anymore. I'll leave it at that. A lot of the doctors were coming up unalived. So there's something to that. Keep in mind, folks, there are many. There is no way that there is not holistic natural healing for anything that ails the body. Everybody ought to look into that. Get books on home remedies, herbalistic remedies, all of that. And a lot of those herbs and things can be grown in your own backyard. And I know I'm missing a lot of things in the chat, but I'm trying to keep up. And Tracy K, you are absolutely right. They don't give two poops about us. Correct. So India and China, 90%, they produce 90%. So in 2021, China was the leading source of the U.S. pharmaceutical imports measured by weight, accounting for 190 million kilograms, which is the equivalent to 418 million pounds of pharma imports. Now, do you know why China is the largest importer of our medications into this country? No, we don't, Vision. Tell us. Well, I'm glad you asked. That is because China itself, let me get to it, and I'm going to share this here also. This is China's upstream strategy. And I'm not sure if you'll be able to read it, but I will share the link in the chat. And this comes from the Coalition Proposal America. And you can look at this and read it for yourself, because we're all here about sharing information. So here is the whole key. As a result of increasingly concentrated pharmaceutical production, many of the medications that millions of Americans rely upon from a single source. This comes from the US Department of Commerce. China now accounts for 95% of imports of ibuprofen, 91% of imports of hydrocortisone, 70% of imports for acetaminophen, 40 to 45% of imports of penicillin, and 40% imports of heparin. Overall, 80% of the U.S. supply of antibiotics are made in China. Okay? Now, here's where it gets interesting. China's chokehold on the raw materials necessary for the production of pharmaceuticals and its recently increasing output of finished pharmaceuticals is a pattern it is commonly replicated in other industries. So basically, China has the majority of the raw materials that are used to make our medications, which is absolutely insanity. The evil plan is coming together perfectly. Yeah, me rubs my hands together. Right, some random dude. Yes. Oh, and by the way, folks, if you do have a question, up in the chat boxes, ask your question here, drop the question in there, and I will address it tonight. So with that, here's the thing. So with China's chokehold on the raw materials, once it has dominated the upstream production, it then subsidizes companies downstream to produce the finished product, by far undercutting the cost of production for existing companies through cheap labor and large state subsidies. So they keep it all in-house. So the result is a lack of supply chain resilience in a growing concentration within the pharmaceutical industry. So China owns they own the raw material, they own the supply chain, they contract out the production of the medications to other companies within China, and that's called a monopoly. Yeah. So the increasing resilience of cheap generic drugs from foreign suppliers has led to the shuttering of the manufacturing plants within the United States. That's crazy. So basically, they are driving the market down. Therefore, they get a stranglehold on the market that puts U.S. companies out of business. Jay Creature, my man, good to see you, friends. Meds are wonderful, but I'm more into coffee. Jay Creature, by the way, y'all, Jay Creature is the self-pronounced Vision Preparedness fan club president of the Northeastern Hemisphere of these great states of the United. And Jay Creature, coffee to you, my friend, because you're absolutely correct. So here's the thing. In 2019, Mylan shuttered its longtime operations in Morgantown, West Virginia, and laid off more than 1,400 workers. This is a company that made generic medications in the U.S. Additionally, the production of pharmaceuticals and their primary ingredients abroad is a public health concern for Americans, as overseas production is not subject. Listen to this, folks. Listen to this. Overseas production is not subject to the same standards as those produced in the United States and other, industrialized countries. So who knows what fillers or whatever else that other country that produces the majority of our medications is putting in it. The Prepping Artists, good to see you. Good evening. Hope you're doing well. Welcome in. Welcome in. Yeah, it's amazing. And the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch says, do you realize that the FDA is now monitoring the natural herbs and supplements? Yeah, because they want to either outlaw them, put a stranglehold on them, change how they're made. Absolutely, folks. Get it now. Yaya Kot, good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. But folks, it's a crazy. They're putting the American companies out of business with cheap labor, driving costs down. So with that, after this, Mylan laid off their 1,400 workers and closed the company. A lack of proper oversight upstream has led to harmful chemicals being used to produce drugs downstream. Even those who produce the finished product elsewhere, but have a single source of materials from that country with the red flag and yellow stars. It's absolutely insane. Now, good evening, Sheila. How are you? I hope you're doing well. And Sheila says, time to double down on our medication preps for sure. I hate everything comes from there. Yeah, wouldn't be hard for them to hurt us. Absolutely. That's what we were talking about. And by the way, folks, if you have not heard of Jace Medical, Jace Case, they are one of our affiliates, and you can get prescription medications online in a matter of minutes. Okay. I even think there's our affiliate link in the description of this. If you want to look at it and check it out, that's fine. If not, that's great. But Jace Medical is wonderful. I have a Jace case. I grabbed one when Jace Medical first came out last year, and within a week, I had a prescription of every antibiotic known to man. And they are good, and they are quality, and they source from companies here in the United States, if I am not mistaken. Sonia Riggs, of course they do. That is their end goal. Dave Simons, good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Good evening. Hope you've had a great day. Good to see you and welcome in. And by the way, folks, if you would do me a favor, smash the like button if you want to. You can even share this live out if you feel so. Thank you. Let's turn YouTube algorithms on their head and say, wait a minute, there's one guy over here doing something and talking about something. So with that, now, here's my question to everybody in the chat. Do me a favor, if you're on prescription medication or you've tried to go find over-the-counter medication, if you have done so for prescription medication, if your doctor has had to give you some other type of generic medication other than the one you were prescribed, put a 1 in the chat. And for those of you looking for over-the-counter medications, if you've gone to find them and couldn't find them, put a 1 in the chat also. I'm going to show you guys something, and we're going to talk about this. Absolutely right, Tracy K. Multivitamins, turmeric vitamins, elderberry, all of that, folks. Get vitamins, get as many over-the-counter medications as you can get now. Get them while they're still available. Get them while they're still out there. Because if we end up with a skirmish with China, they're cutting off all medications coming to this country. And and my man Jay Creature, absolutely. Put a 3 if you want to extend your vehicle warranty. By the way, Jay, I tried calling you about your extended car warranty. You didn't answer the phone. Come on, dude. I'm trying to make some money. You got to get the extended warranty. But yes, folks, Jay Creature, that's my guy, and I can't wait to meet him at the Bug Out weekend coming up. But yeah, folks, so medications. You go to fill a prescription or your doctor prescribes something, you go to the pharmacy, they don't have it. So, I start looking into that and I'm like, why? Why is it? And all of a sudden they start saying, well, supply chain shortage. Okay. That was how many years ago? And it still hasn't recovered. She is Sunshine. Good to see you. How are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome in. And she said, she is Sunshine, said they might not stop sending meds, but I won't take them. I don't blame you. I'm with you on that. I am with you on that. Absolutely. So, folks, here's what I found. So I start digging. And I was listening to, I don't even know who it was, but did you know that the Food and Drug Administration publishes a drug shortage list? They do. Currently, on the FDA's list, there are 205 drugs that are in shortage. And I'm going to drop this link in here so everybody can see this page and look at it for themselves. All-American Prepper, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome in. Here is the link to the FDA's drug shortage list. Take a look at it. Cannot get my benzodiazepine. It's on back order for over a month now. I take it for my PTSDs. Right, correct. So, and I'm glad you said that because we're going to use that as an example. J3GS Farm. Good to see you, my brother. Good to see you in the house. So, we're going to look up this drug on the list, and I'm going to share this list on my screen here, and we're going to see what happens. So here is the FDA drug shortage list. There are 205 drugs listed on here that are either in shortage, resolved, so forth, or discontinued. And the drug that All-American Prepper just put in there, we're going to look that up on the list and see what it says. And currently resolved drugs discontinued, blah, blah, blah. No search results. So we need to do something different. Oh. I guess if I went to the right place and let's look it up. B-E-Z. B-E-Z. It's not even on their list. Yeah, let's try it here. It's not even showing up on their list. It may have another name. Let's check the discontinued list. That's interesting. It's not there either. So with that, you can look up whatever drug it is. This one happens to says no results are found. Search by generic name or an active ingredient. So All-American Prepper, is there a generic name for it? If so, put that in the chat and let's look it up. And folks, this is the list. This particular list here is the current shortage of 205 drugs that are in shortage. So if you look through the list, most antibiotics are in shortage. Here's one here, amoxicillin. It is currently in a shortage. And it's amazing. And All-American Prepper says also known. Okay, yep. And let's check that one out and see if we can find that. Hope you're doing well, J3GS. And if the chat stops jumping, we can copy that and find it. Okay. So let's look here and let's see if we can find it by the generic. And no search results either. If you're not sure spelling, try searching it from A to Z. So we're going to do that. Let's see if we can find it in the list here. COLLA. Yep, here it is, right? Nope, this is clonazepam. I don't see the exact spelling, but there's always derivatives of it. COLLAZ. So let's go to the next page. I still don't see it on the list, but that doesn't surprise me. Who knows when the FDA actually updates their list, but you can sort through the list here, folks, and literally see if the drug you are looking for or needed is currently in a shortage or not. And the funny thing about this, for example, here's a drug here. It says its status is resolved. So does that mean it's not in a shortage anymore or anything like that? Grammy's Journal, good evening. Good to see you. I hope you are doing well. Good, J3GS. All my pain pills, even though I don't take it. I'm with you. Same here. Kevin Hartzog, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Glad you caught the live. It's been a minute. Hope you're having a great day and welcome, 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 welcome. I probably spelled it wrong. It's for anxiety. Gotcha. Not a problem. So let's see if we can find this. I'm curious now. And nope, still can't. But anyway, I'll keep looking and see if we can find it. You can search for it. But folks, it's amazing. The FDA publishes this list, and I'm not sure how often they update it, but you can bookmark it, and there it is, and you can look up the drugs you're looking for or trying to get, and all that. Back ordered for over a month. Luckily, I know to put stuff back because I'm a prepper. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Another thing, folks, if you're on prescription medications, see if your doctor will give you a 90-day or even better, 180-day prescription. May cost you a little more, but always have an extra. That way you can put back some in case of a shortage or you cannot get it. Yeah. And Sonia's asking, can they order you something else? And that's something only the doctor would know. But folks, I can't express how much we should be getting and gathering and storing medications, especially those of you that are on prescription medications. Some of them could be life-saving, some may not. We've got questions in the chat, and Psalms 146, Home and Garden asks, have you seen or heard anything from Tarsha? Yes. I actually talked to her the other day. She's okay. She was not feeling too well, but she's doing good, and she will be at the Bug Out Weekend. I do know that. I talked to her a while ago, and I need to text her, call her, just check in with her, check on her, see if she's doing okay. But last I heard she was getting ready for one of her son's graduations, but everything is good. Psalms 146. Some random dude said, how do I make a dog hair pillow? Well, some random dude, I have no idea how you make a dog hair pillow. No idea. If anybody in the chat is familiar with making pillows that can answer the question, have at it. Dog hair pillow, not sure. I'm not familiar with making dog hair pillows because worst comes down to it, I don't need a pillow to sleep. I can sleep standing up in a corner somewhere. But that's a thing. So if anybody knows anything about making pillows, some random dude wants to know about making a dog hair pillow. And the All American Prepper said, just think how bad it's going to get. Yep, cannot get their med right when the schizophrenics can't get their meds. That's what I'm talking about, folks. We're talking about medications that are life or death, or that the lack of the medication could cause the user harm either to their self or to somebody else. That's one thing that you need to figure out. And J3GS said, I sent her a message, but haven't heard from her. Yeah, I heard from, I talked to her 2 weeks ago. She's getting ready for graduation, like the majority of us, but she is doing well. But I will definitely, next time I talk to her, give her shout outs from the community that everybody misses her. I even told her, I said, hey, you need to get back on there. So we have another question from Sister Marie's Kitchen. Where's the best place to learn to make homeopathics? To be honest with you, Sister Maria, I'm gonna go old school on you. Go to your local library and find some books. I have a book. I forget the name of it, other than in the title, it's something about home remedies, and it's upstairs in my in my library. Santiago says, I'll be at the Bug Out Weekend coming from NYC. And yes, you will, Santiago, because I saw your registration and I thank you for coming from New Yorkistan with the Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival crew. And I cannot wait to meet you, Santiago. Santiago, please come find me. I will probably be the one running around with no hair on fire, trying to get stuff done. But please find me so that I can say hello to you. And I am going to try to meet and greet everybody for the Bug Out Weekend somewhere amongst the 3 days that we're there. But we're all going to have a great time. But thank you for your support, Santiago, and I'm looking forward to meeting you. So we have another question. Sonia Riggs asks, what can we use in place of dog prescription heartworm medication? Sonia, that right there in itself is an amazing question. And we're going to Google this and see what we can find out, because I'm just that guy. Alternative to heartworm medication for dogs. Natural heartworm prevention without pills. This is the first one I saw for natural allowance. And Sonia, I will drop this link in the chat. And this is good information. PIA in the house. Good to see you, and I hope you're doing well. Sonia, here's an article that talks about natural heartworm prevention without pills. And I hope that does help. Good to see you. Passionately Intrigued Arts. Good to see you and welcome, PIA. Hope you're doing well, I hope you're having a great day. Greenleaf, good to see you and welcome in. Hope you are doing well. Yes, you're absolutely right, Sheila. Angry Prepper has talked about the psych patients not having their meds and the addicts and all of that. And that's going to be a huge problem. And folks, we need to be aware of that if that situation ever arises. Oki Khan, good to see you. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Hope you are doing well. Some random dude said common active ingredients used in heartworm preventives today include ivermectin and something else. And ivermectin has been used for decades to prevent heartworm disease in dogs. There you have it, folks. Some random dude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Uh-oh. And then there is the educated natural. Good to see you and welcome in. I hope you are having a great day because I am. So I want everybody to have a good day today. Enjoy the day, folks, because the world is crazy. And sometimes you need to just sit back and smile and laugh. And again, folks that are content creators in the chat, if you type the word vision, it will drop your link. Folks, share, grow, go look at some of somebody's content that they've created. Leave a like. Tell them I sent you. Say, hey, Vision sent me over here, and drop them a thumbs up. And if so, if you like what they're doing, subscribe to their channel. That's what it's all about. We can only do. So there you go, Sonia. Yeah, there you go. Some random dude definitely gave some information there that I learned because I'm getting puppies next month. And I'm not going to tell you what kind of puppies if you haven't already heard, but I am getting 2. And they're going to be a force to reckon with here on the property. And I'm going to leave it at that until they are here. Krista Tremblay, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Welcome. I have not seen you in a while. It is so good to see you. And I'm glad you're here. So with that, folks, you know, we have to be mindful of medications that we take, whether they're prescription or over the counter. You never know, you know, for those of you that take, over the counter meds, make sure you have enough. And you know me, I'm big on first aid kits, IFACs, VFACs, having the proper medical medications that you need. You got to keep that stuff on hand. And here's the thing. Well, what about the expiration date? Okay, so it's past the expiration date, but here's what I have learned, that out of those medications, they only lose about 10% of their original potency. I am not a medical professional, and I haven't stayed at a Holiday Inn in a very long time, so take what I just said with a grain of salt. But what I had heard is they lose very little concentration over time. So just be mindful of that and go from there. But you know, folks, it's these times that we need to be mindful of what's going on in the world and what can go on in the world, especially when it comes to your family, your family's health, your family's safety, and your family's food source. Okay? I can't say it enough. Grow your own food, folks. I don't care if you have an apartment balcony, grow something in a pot, and then grow something in another pot, and then grow something in another pot, and grow something in a pot until the whole balcony is covered in pots and you're growing food. And if you don't believe me, there are a lot of content creators, a lot of people in the chat right now that are doing that exact same thing. You know, this is my 2nd year growing. And what I don't know, I go find out. And I'm telling y'all, I picked up some fruit trees and I know nothing about fruit trees other than I need to dig a hole and drop them in the ground. And I was talking to Broke Farmer and he said, dude, you just said a mouthful, because that itself is the majority of what needs to be done. So y'all need to get you or find you a Broke Farmer. Go find you a Lead Farmer 73. Go find you a My Renaissance Grandma and find somebody that's a gardener that's growing that you can ask questions about, because I don't know everything other than the fact is I need to grow my own fruits and vegetables to produce food for myself and my family that I know is 100% safe. And if you don't believe me about growing in pots on the patio, this woman right here, my Renaissance grandma, is doing it. By the way, my Renaissance grandma, Type Vision, drop your link. Folks, you need to go check it out. She is doing it. She is currently doing it. We have to. And I know that's right, PIA. Absolutely. We're all working on it, you know, and I'm almost to the point where on my property, I'm ready to just dig up my whole backyard and make just the backyard a garden. You know, that's what I'm ready to do. And I probably will do that over time. I expanded it this year. I'm even going to expand it more. And I'm going to do that. Mark, good to see you. Mark Kratz, my man. He says, try to store meds free of light and oxygen in temperatures below 80 degrees Fahrenheit. If you have a fridge, it'll keep them until the grid goes down. Then you can move them to a root cellar. That right there, my friend, is great advice. I keep my meds in a room in my basement that has no windows, and it is constantly cool. It's anywhere between 60 and max 70 degrees down here, and it's nice and cool, and that's where they stay, and that's where they live. As All American Prepper says, you can grow a lot of vegetables indoors under fluorescent lights. Right. If that's what you have to do, folks, do it. Oh, wait a minute. What did I miss? I missed something. Wait a minute here. Fed Up American, my man, thank you so much for the donation. And it says US, US, US. And this is, let me find it because I need to do what I do. And I think it disappeared, but I'm a looking because I definitely missed that while I was running my mouth. Fed Up American. My man, one of my guys, he's over in Dayton, Ohio. He's not too far from where the Bug Out Weekend is going to say, but I just want to say, Fed Up American, thank you. As always, all donations go towards the Bug Out Weekend to the channel, and we give back. And I just want to thank everybody that has subscribed and supports the channel. A mad major thank you, because you didn't have to, and I recognize that, and I truly, truly, truly appreciate it. US, us, and us. Right, because at the end of the day, there's not going to be nothing but us to help one another. Nostra said, I grow potatoes and sweet potatoes in containers on my deck. Yes, same here. I have ceramic pots where actually they're planters, square planters that I grow sweet potatoes in, and that's all they do. All American Prepper said, I got an awesome video where I have an outdoor hydroponic system set up on my channel. Awesome. All American Prepper, do me a favor, Type Vision, drop the link. Folks, if you're into hydroponics and you want to check it out, or just want to check it out, see how he does it and maybe give it a try, go check out his channel, like his video, tell him I sent you. And if you like what he's doing, subscribe to their channel, folks. That's what we do. But you know, I between medications and over-the-counter drugs, herbal remedies, grow your own herbs, folks. Find as many holistic books as you can and start using them. If you're on prescription medication, see what you can do to get off of those prescriptions, to get off of that medication. You know, I remember a few years ago, my doctor told me I have pre-hypertension and wanted to put me on some meds. And, first thing I said is, what are the side effects from taking this medication? And, medication, you see the commercials. You can take this medication, but it may cause dizziness, a third nose grow, eyes turning beet purple, and also could cause death. No, I'm not taking any drugs with side effects like that. So anyway, he told me it could cause nightmares and all this other stuff. I took it for 2 days, and I was like, I'm not going to do this. And so I asked him, I said, what else can I do? He said, well, you can lose some weight. I said, okay, cool, I can do that. And because I do have a high metabolism anyway, I started running, and I lost 10 pounds, somewhere between 10 and 15 pounds within 10 days. Because I know if I start getting back into running, I will literally lose weight quickly. So I lost 10 pounds. I lost 10 pounds, 15 somewhere. I don't remember the exact number. Went back to the doctor, took my blood pressure, blah, blah, blah. What'd you do? I said, well, you said if I lose weight, that would do it. So that's what I did. I'm not taking these meds for the rest of my life. I want to get to the root cause. And speaking of root cause, we all know that medications don't cure the ailment, they treat the ailment, because big pharma is not in the business to cure ailments and diseases. They're in the business to make money, so it just treats whatever's going on. Absolutely, she is sunshine. The dang on side effects includes 19 more symptoms, including the one you're trying to get rid of. Right, exactly. Absolutely. Absolutely. Alternative medications are the way to go. Holistic medications. I'm telling y'all, there's not a herb or a plant on the planet that God has created perfectly that will not treat, cure, or help whatever is ailing your body, because that is what it's all about. And, that's what we just have to do. We just have to do our research and find out and quit relying on big pharma to treat a disease or an illness and find a cure. Now, there may be some reason why you have to take the meds, and I get that. And by all means, do what you have to do. But there are alternatives out there if you're willing to put in the work and do the research and see what you can come up with. Yeah. Exactly. Wolfgang, grow a medical garden. Absolutely. 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 All-American Prepper, there you go. There is his link to his channel, and you can go over and check it out, folks. But yeah, we have to get in the mindset of preparing for what's coming. And I'm telling you, if there kicks off a skirmish between us and that country with the red flag and the yellow stars, they're going to cut off everything that comes to this country. We need to be prepared. That means that Wally World is in big trouble. And they're already in trouble and doing stuff and things like that. Yeah. So, folks, we need to get in that mindset. And I'm going to go back to gardening. Grow everything you can. I picked up olive trees, 2 olive trees. I don't even like olives unless they're Greek olives, but I don't like olives. But guess what? I'm going to grow 2 olive trees and see what happens. I got blueberries, and I got blackberries. I got raspberries. I got peach trees. I got pear trees. I got all types of stuff that I got to get in the ground, and I'm just waiting later in this month before I start planting the trees. But, I don't know everything about them other than plant them and see what happens, and if something goes wrong, I will reach out to a broke farmer, a Hands in the Dirt, or a J3GS, or anybody else that's a gardener, a Lead Farmer 73, and figure it out, because that's what community is about. Absolutely, Greenleaf, olive leaves. Yes, absolutely. I am going to figure out how to make olive oil. Correct. Figures it out. I'm going to figure it out if I have to press my own olives and put somebody in a bucket and have them stomp them. And if I can make my own olive oil, more power to me. but we're going to figure it out and see what happens. Urban Gardening and Chronicles. Good to see you. There's a gardener right there, folks. Do me a favor, Urban, type vision, drop your link, folks. I'm telling you, that's what I've been doing. I've been looking at the other communities, the gardening communities, the homesteading communities, as well as, of course, the prepping community, because I'm trying to put together my own self-sufficiency when it comes to food supply and all of that. I need to get some chickens. I need to do some stuff. I'm gonna reach out to Eco Neighbor, him and Gigi, and see what's going on, because I need to get some chickens. And I just watched a video that Gigi put out today on their new chickens. So, I got to figure this out myself too. And why not talk to somebody who's already doing it instead of going through the drama of failure and accomplishments and all of that. M&T Living and Cooking. Good to see you. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. The man above. Blessings to you, my friend. I hope you are doing well. As Mark says, aloe. Yeah, aloe is good for what? Burns and whatever. Grow some aloe plants. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Grow some aloe plants. They have great medicinal and medical properties. So do that. And that's what we need to do. We have to, folks, because it's becoming a time where we cannot rely on what we used to rely on to get what we need. We need to always become more of a producer instead of a consumer. And I know that takes time and it may be hard, but as I always say, do your best. That's all we can do is our best. And that's it. Put your community together now, folks. Gather your people. That when times get tough, you can rely on them. And there you go. Dan said you can even eat aloe plants, the pulp. I did not know that. I know my grandmother, when we were outside or we got too close to the stove because we were playing in the kitchen and she told us, get out the kitchen before you get burnt, and you get burnt on the stove. She would go over to one of her aloe plants, break off some of it and squeeze it and rub that stuff on our burn. She's like, now get out the kitchen and go sit your butt down. Yeah, we did what we did. Yeah. So, folks, those are some of the things that we have to begin to do. We have to begin to put together alternative means of getting the things that we need to survive and thrive. That's what it's all about. And we have to. Do I know everything? Absolutely not. And if you talk to somebody that says they do, turn around and walk away. But All-American Prepper says, I got a bunch of guava trees and I also grow a lot of sugar cane. There you go, my friend. Do what you can. Do what you can. You can purchase aloe juice. There you go. Yeah. We have to begin to do these types of things, folks, because it's going to get bad. When? I have no idea. What? I have no idea. But that's why we prepare, so that we can at least be able to deal with what's thrown at us and pivot and still be okay and provide for our family. Absolutely. Wolfgang says, don't forget about honey. J3GS. He did that. That's the honey slanger right there. Y'all want to buy some honey? You need to find you a J3GS farm and contact him. I was actually thinking about bees myself, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not sure if I want to do that yet. But if I do, I know who I can reach out to. I can reach out to J3GS farms, or I can reach out to a lead farmer and say, talk to me about raising bees. How can I make my own honey? Talk to me. Give me the information without me getting stung by 1,000 bees. And Mark said, yeah, that is a good one, honey. Absolutely. Absolutely. All-American Prepper said, I've been living 100% off grid for almost 6 years. That's the way to go. That is the way to go. And folks, we got to do it because times are getting different. Times are getting different. And we need to know how to navigate and prepare in the different times that are coming. And with that, folks, we're at 7:30. And if there are not any more questions, let's check. Nope, no more questions. So I'm going to end the question section. And again, folks, you know, I try to keep everybody for an hour, and I try to stay to my word. But I just wanted to share that. And for those that came into the chat after we were talking about the FDA does produce a list of drugs that are in shortage. I'm going to drop the link again in the chat, and you can go check it out for yourself. If you want to look up a particular drug that you need or have, that you can see if there is a shortage or not. And All-American Prepper says aloe is very easy to grow. It is a great beginner plant. There you go, folks. Yes, Dave Simons, you're absolutely right. Honey that is local to you is the best. Yeah, get honey local because that has all the stuff in it that will keep you from getting sick and everything like that. Gina versus Gina, good to see you and thank you. Thank you and much love to you, Gina. And I cannot wait to see you at the Bug Out Weekend as well. J3GS Farm said, you to get stung to stop being scared. Oh, trust me. Growing up, I've been stung by bees enough. I ain't scared. I just need to know what I need to do to become the honey slanger and produce some honey so that I can keep on doing what I can keep on doing and get what I need. So I may be reaching out to you later on, J3GS, about that and all what it takes and all what it does and go from there. But Deborah Garrett, good evening. I hope you are doing well. With that, folks, if there aren't any other questions, if you do have a question, and because we're going to wrap this up for tonight, and I appreciate everybody that came in tonight. She is Sunshine said, I was told after being stung so many times that mosquitoes don't bother beekeepers. Is that true? I have no idea. Mosquitoes, they don't bother me. I don't know why. Maybe they don't like my deodorant. I don't know. Appreciate it, J3GS. Appreciate you. But with that, folks, do me a favor. If you haven't, hit the thumbs up button, share this out, do what you like, do what you do. Check out some of the other content creators in here. We've got smarter people in here than me. I'm just here to try to get everybody thinking. And if I can help one person, I have accomplished my goal. Dave Simon says, I have aloe in a pot in my kitchen windowsill. It's crowding the pot. I need to separate it and repot it. There you go. Split it up and grow some more and keep growing more and keep growing more. But again, folks, I want to thank everybody for coming out and spending time with me tonight. And remember this, keep prepping because your family is depending on you and it depends on your life. God bless everybody. Have an amazing Tuesday evening. Have a great rest of the week. Thank you all for coming out, and I will see you in the next video. God bless you, and good night. I'm Trent, and this is Vision Preparedness.